Namaste. Grand Rising Soul Tribe, Tracy here, Sweet Spot e-magazine. Still early. Thank you so very much for the likes, the shares, views, subscribes, comments, donations, everything. I appreciate it all. Let's ring this bell. Let's go ahead and clear out the energy, and then we'll see what the message the Spirit has for us this morning. Either someone or a group of people are learning the hard way. You outrank them spiritually. Kind of feel like this is either a group, family, something. You may be someone that's like a younger person in the group or a newer person, but they're finding out that you outrank them by levels. Bottom of the deck, deep knowing. You knew because you've been in the flow for a while now. You knew of your connection with Spirit. And you are definitely that star individual. See, they're finding out that they're actually walking in your shoes, not you walking in theirs. And this is someone who placed a lot of importance on the outward things, what somebody could see and who they thought that they were. But now this person is finding that they got to clean up themselves, this mess that they've created, this life that they thought that they was living. You are in your bag right now. Not just that, but you're happy. You know, you are in a good place in your life. And that's justice. This is what you deserve. See, this group, they tried to keep you stuck. They tried to place their burdens on your shoulders. Hey, Aqua Royal, Wealth Rise 888. Hey, K Hyphy. See, this was, even whenever you were trying to, it says build a home. I feel like this was you trying to, whether you were investing in your own home life, whether you were you had your own little family to the side, or whatever it was, they wanted to finish it. They wanted to tear it all down because they didn't want you to have anything. See, what they didn't realize that you have is that inner strength. Somebody or a group of people are now having to explore this whole idea, and it's so foreign to them. You being over them whenever they spent their entire life feeling like they were the boss of you. But now they understand that you are over them. Hey, Faith, how are you? I feel like something about this group or somebody in this group or even you made a wish a long time ago. And that wish is coming true. And everyone sees that wish is coming true. It's like you were destined to be the star. And you just wanted it to happen. You just wanted to be able to get there, to make it. And now you're receiving these blessings because it's divine timing. Everybody, they always try to compare you to them, saying that you never measured up, only to find out you more than measured up. It's like somebody, they were doing so much in the community, whether it was lying on you, whether it was, like I said, trying to make you the brunt of their issues, their emotional garbage bag, or garbage can. And now that same dumping, emotional dumping that they did and used your name in vain time and time again, has them with some sleepless nights. Because everything that they said that they were, everything that they professed to be, everything that they tried to make it seem like you were, it's all coming down. They know that you outrank them by levels. Maybe you have psychic abilities. Maybe you read tea leaves, stones, cards, whatever it is. It's like you have this gift. And with that gift, you're being given a fresh start, a new beginning. People are getting ready to see how this group rejected you. They're going to be looking at this, whether it's online, reading it in a book. They're going to be able to look at that history of what was really going on. And that's going to show the big picture of what really happened. Especially whenever it came to you being with anyone. Like I said, someone didn't want you to have anything, no relationship with anyone. But they didn't know that you had this relationship with God. No matter what, it was you and God because you chose to live in love. This is why you're able to manifest like you do. And these people that tried to put you down, tried to harm you, tried to play you, these are the ones that are in grief, and that momentum is just increasing. As the days go on, they're becoming more and more upset because it's got to be something big whenever you want everyone to believe that you are one way, this loving, caring, all about everybody in your full type of person, only to find out you were the main narcissist. You were the one that placed people against someone. And now people are watching you. Everyone, they want to hear everything that you had to go through, everything that you had to grow through, especially whenever it dealt with that inner child, how you had to be real with yourself and just be your authentic self. How you had to get it up from the mud, your own life, your own abundance, without any supports, without any help, without any pats on the back. How you even had to seek counseling to deal with your own shadow. And see, people thought that, and people were going around town telling everybody else that you was just about sex. You was just a jump off girl or a jump off guy, and that's it. And that you would try and take anything that you could get. You just wanted to have something. But now people are understanding that, you know what? Someone was lying on you because they wanted something to be make it look like they had something, like they were just overflowing in the love and the affection towards you, and you was just some fucked up individual. But people are remembering too how you were always there to serve in the community. And now something that you were creating that's got you on your grind, people are scared because it's like you're by yourself and you don't need the way that they thought that you did. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah. You made a wish. You're following the spark. God is guiding you. You know, you were meant to be a star. And somebody, they didn't want that. They don't like that. Somebody was lying behind your back, lying on you behind your back, just so that they felt like they could have, like they could take what was yours. They can go ahead and indulge themselves. Well, I'll take this. Oh, I'll take that. What's the message? It's like the more that they said, the more lies, the more they threw you under the bus, the tougher that mountain's going to be for them to climb. And I don't know if you've ever tried to climb a mountain, but it's no easy feat. If you don't have on the proper shoes, if you don't have the right equipment, if you're not prepared to look at everything that you need to see whenever you're placing each foot, you could slip, you could fall, you can hurt yourself. Worse than that, you could end your life. See, somebody wanted you to look like you had to, like you looked up to them for everything. Like you just needed to have them help you with everything. Your money, everything. But that's not it. This person left you out. And now this is the person who gets to walk in your shoes. Spirit said enough. Enough was enough. Somebody was attached to the wrong things. They placed value on the wrong things. And like I said, all those lies are catching up. Now somebody's got to try and go back and clean up those lies. But they're afraid because they know that they are going to be rejected, especially whenever they wanted you to be rejected. Somebody, they're now seeing confirmation. They are now seeing karma come in real time. Everything that they did is manifesting. They're realizing what you put out is truly what you receive back. What's the message? Anything else in this deck? See, somebody refused to grow up They refuse to start over. They refuse to let that old shit go. They refuse. It was fun while they was fucking with you. It was fun while they was dogging you, belittling you, making you the scapegoat, the black sheep. It was fun, and they never thought that day would come, that it all had to end. And now they're worried about the lies that they said about you, because nothing is sticking. Now they're wondering, why didn't they choose to love you? Why did they try and burden you so? Hey, Bobby Dale. And like I said, somebody, they compare themselves to you. At one point, they felt like they were so big, they was all this and you was that. But now they see it's the opposite way. You were the big person all along, because you were the one with the intuition. You were the one that's in the flow of the spirit. They weren't. They didn't even like it that, you was your own individual. They used to try and tell you, you need to clean yourself up. You need to get help, because you relied on you. And they didn't like that for whatever reason. They felt like if they left you out, if they didn't feed you, if they pushed you to the wolves, if they talked bad about you, if they did this, that, placed all their burdens on you, that you would somehow conform to be like them. No, who would the fuck would want to do that? This is why you was your own individual, because you didn't want to be like them. And like I said, they used to tell you, you need to get some help. Now that rejection, how they rejected you, someone is looking at that. And they see that rejection didn't make you weaker. It made you stronger. Like I said, they even tried to mess up your money. Any opportunity that was coming your way, they tried to fuck that up. But see, they messed up. Because when you started on your spiritual walk, that's when you realized you had a gift. And that gift helped you to see a lot more than what you could just see with your 3D eyes. And now, like I said, justice is here. They can't stop that. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah, somebody now they want to dream about if they can come back and possibly start over, build a home with you, if they could make things right. But it's like somebody has to look at the big picture and understand that time is over. Somebody even tried to get in the middle of your relationship, or they decided that they wanted to get whoever you were in a relationship with. I'm taking off my socks, y'all. Getting hot. And now that they tried to get in the middle of your relationship, this person is finding themselves stuck. Like I said, people are waking up to the fact that you are a star. And there's nothing they can do about it. There's nothing that they can say, no action that they can take, no discord that they can start. There's nothing they can do about it, because everyone already sees exactly who you are, and they can't change that. They can't change that. It's like your place in the community is too strong now. The community sees you. The community knows that they need you. There's nothing else that they can do. Whatever they did, they did. And if it didn't work out, that was all on them. They had their chance. Hey, Queen Memoirs, Grand Rising, bottom of the deck, Six of Cups, the past. People are realizing that, you know what? These people tried to ruin your life. They tried to make it so that you had the worst childhood, the worst life ever. These people tried to ruin your life. And it was like them against you. They purposely left you out. But God said, don't even worry about that. Because He purposely wanted you to be out on the outside, not feeling like you fit in at all. Because God knew where God was leading you. Yes. I'm so glad I figured out this damn secret every time it does that spinning thing. Thank you, God. Thank you, K Hyphy. Yeah, God wanted you to be comfortable on the outside. Don't ever want to fit in. Because God knew what they was trying to do. You know? They knew what they were trying to do. And they was doing this ever since you was a child. They've been lying on you as far as what actions you've been doing. They've been lying, saying everybody that said, oh, they would do something and they would blame it on you. Trust and believe. When you was a child, they called you the liar. Even though you was the only one that was telling the truth. They attacked you. They attacked your relationships. They did all of that. But yet you continue to rise. You put your faith in God. You continue to move forward until you finally made that judgment call, or God made that judgment call. And now everybody that went against you, everybody that gave you their ass to kiss, everybody that tried to hurt you, to try and step on you, to try and take whatever was yours, they all know that it is them that's actually receiving the grief. It's them that's going to be in regret, because it's them that have to do this big payback. Hey, Stacks. People know everything. People are now aware of how somebody tried to, place this curse on you, like the scapegoat. And they're seeing now that you went through that. You overcame that. You closed that cycle and you took your rightful place as the earth angel. They couldn't hold you down. And now this family is so worried about everything that's coming to them, everything that's going to come out, everything that is going to be said. Especially whenever everyone realizes that, you know what, you was God's chosen. What's the message? Boy, it must be real awkward to know that you had such a wonderful, beautiful gift with you. And you was just so stubborn that you couldn't see it. You was just so into, what about me? Well, what about me? Well, what about me? That you couldn't see what you was being blessed with. You were so insecure that you couldn't see that, you know what, you had what everybody else wanted all along. All you had to do was show some love, show some kindness, show some respect. People see things differently now. People are starting to wake up to how they got themselves stuck. And this group, they know, they're waiting. They know it's just a matter of time before everything comes back to them. And they know that whenever it comes back to them, they place themselves in a position where they're going to be out in the cold and they're going to be stuck. These people are going to be spiritually in prison, spiritual jail. And there's not going to be anyone that can help them, no one that can save them. Once again, they even attacked your relationships. And now these people are wondering, well, God, what about me? Can you give me some love? And God is like, well, what the fuck about you? Why would I give you love whenever you attacked? Whenever instead of you going within and finding your own light within, you felt it was okay to do some type of wizardry and try and place some burdens or a curse on my beloved. You felt not the need to give any type of love. In fact, you told everybody to cut the love out. Don't give them shit. So what about you? You sat here and spread all these lies, all these rumors around about my child when that shit wasn't true. Whenever my child stood by, accepting, not even really accepting, but just dealing with the bullshit that they had to deal with. Whenever I was sitting here trying to give you everything that you needed. You wanted that lineage, you wanted that generational wealth. I was trying to give it to you. Here it is. Now somebody wants to sit in their throne and they want to watch you because now they understand that they don't outrank you at all. This person, now they understand that they're caught in that same cycle of that black magic they was trying to throw on you. The curse they tried to place on you, that's come back to them. And what have you been blessed with? Your spot amongst your passed over loved ones. Because they were sitting here protecting you the entire time. All you had to do was do what God asked you to do. Hey, Malcolm. Hey, fresh from a nap. This is someone who could be two different people, a King of Swords and a King of Cups. These two ganged up. These two worked together to make you feel like you didn't belong. They held back from you for whatever reason because they felt like they had the power. That was more of them, and they were somebody, instead of giving to you, they left you out. They left you out and gave to somebody else because they felt like somebody had the power. Now they are realizing what power someone had. And there's nothing they can do. They pushed you out. They forced you to be a star. They forced you to be on your own. And they thought that they was going to be able to take you down. No, you continued to rise. You continued to be victorious, even whenever they tried to take you down and refused to stop. This group thought that the wheel of fortune was turning in their favor. Not today. Not today, Satan. Once again, these people fucked with the wrong one. Because you's God's chosen. What's the message? Someone is trying to send spiritual attacks. They don't want what you have to say to be heard. And they're watching you. They are watching you in your Empress role. They watched you rise way above them. They're sitting here thinking, wait, how did that happen? Somebody who could have been your mother, could have been a sister. They watched you rise above them. They're looking at their little crown and they're looking at your crown. And you have so much more than them. And this is the same one who's now getting justice. This is the same one it was a mother, because this is the one who's getting justice for leaving you out, having you to fend by yourself, even though you was just a little person, a young child. You know, how this person lied on you, calling you the liar, when that was the liar. How somebody attacked you and attacked you and attacked you so much, and it was their plan to take you out, to Ten of Swords you. But see, they didn't realize you were strong enough to defend yourself against this entire group. They didn't realize that. They didn't realize that God had already spoke to you. God had already moved you to calmer waters, to safety. They didn't realize that you was already safe when they came after you the worst. That's why you left. You had no choice but to leave this group, this quote unquote family. You had no choice but to. Because when you thought about and you remembered everything that you went through, you knew that this was not even supposed to be like this. Who wants a fucking life that's of misery? It's all messed up. There's nothing but horrible thoughts, horrible memories. All because they wanted to take your gift. They wanted to take what was yours. They wanted to take what was promised to you. But they couldn't. But now everything that you went through, God said that's coming right back to them, and that they're going to go through that same thing. Buckle up. What is it? Something up. Suck it up, buttercup, or something. Buckle up, suck up, buckle, I don't know. Something about get ready. Whatever that is. Get ready. Yep. They're trying to keep things in. Somebody's trying to hold something back. They want you to hold back. They want you to please hold back. Because they don't know what's going to go on. They don't know how it's going to be received. Especially this King of Cups. Confirmation. Especially this King of Cups. This King of Cups feels like they were deceived. But at the same time, if that King of Cups was an adult, how deceived could you have been had you used your own brain? Hey, Shalia. Hey, lies never stuck. What's the message, Spirit? Yep, your intuition. It was like you following your intuition, you following what God wants you to do. That's why you knew it was time for you to leave and go on your own. For you to be that solo traveler, for you to complete this cycle and go ahead and accept your wings. And these people, they expect you to be that star. They expect this, especially because whenever they found out or they realized that no matter how much they left you out there, you always rose to the occasion. You didn't need them. They're finding out that they needed you. Hola, Marcia. It's like Archangel Michael was there fighting for you along with your ancestors. And the reason that Archangel Michael had to come in and fight along with your ancestors is because they knew that this witch was going to try and take you out. This is the witch that wanted you to be all alone in your emotions, while she's sitting here trying to cast spell after evil spell after evil spell. But one thing they didn't see, one thing they didn't pay attention to, even though the signs were there, it said how spiritually protected that you were. Everything that they was going to try to do, it was not going to work out. And they couldn't figure that shit out. Everything we tried to do, nothing ever worked. Nothing ever worked. Because God was there with you the entire time. Something about these attacks that this wizard did. Something about these attacks. And now this wizard somehow wants God to forgive them of their transgressions. And they say, well, I'll forgive the collective for what they did to us. God said, I know you fucking lying. Because the collective didn't do shit to you. You're the one who rejected their love. You're the one who rejected them and didn't even want to let them in. So I know God is like, I know you fucking lying. God said, you're going to have to sit here and you're going to have to think, be in that, what you tried to create. Everybody knows, this entire group knows that the truth is coming out. And the truth will be told. And when the truth comes out, they expect the community to leave them out in the cold. Because they tried to place you in a position that you couldn't have anything. Not even a fucking relationship. They expected you to be dead whenever you was younger. They expected you not to be able to make it. They didn't feel like you had the strength or the tenacity or the courage to get past all of this bullshit that they was putting out there. And once again, like I said, trying to come up against you, trying to make it seem like you were the liar. You were the one with the dark secrets. You were the one with the hidden agendas. Not at all. You were just the one that was talking about the truth. You was the one that was talking about, how you needed to speak the truth so that you could set the lineage free. Something about this King of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles tried to make it seem like they were supporting you for the longest, like they were really supporting you. But they weren't. What they were doing was they was battling against you until they couldn't, until they realized no matter what they did, it never affected you. And now they're afraid of your strength. They're afraid of who you are. And something that they didn't see while they was trying to attack you, eventually you would walk away and leave them to their own devices. What's the message, Spirit? I feel like with this, you know how you could still pray for your enemies? I feel like you still prayed for your enemies, and this is something that they never expected. Never expected for you to still pray for your enemies. Even though, they never, ever, ever prayed for you. And if they did, they prayed for bad shit to happen to you. This is why, they are having to sit in their emotions, trying to think of everything that they tried to do against you. You still prayed for your enemies, but your enemies never prayed for you. That's what sets you apart. That's how they know that you outrank them. What's the message, Spirit? That's what makes you the star that you are. Somebody wants to come in, they want to send you a message, they want to send you something, they want to talk about, hey, we family. And your response is going to be like, who is this? Because I don't have a family. You on your own. You've been on your own. That family that they thought that they wanted to act like they are, no. They never gave to you. They tried to overburden you. They tried to attack you. They left you out. They gave to somebody else. They felt like somebody else was more deserving than you. Like I said, this father figure was the one who was the main one attacking you. But now it's like they realize they don't have any power. No power over you. The only thing that they got was skin in the game. That's it. And they about to lose that skin. They about to be skinned. Trying to fuck around with you. Yep. Somebody is really paying attention to the childhood that you had. They really looking at things closely. Now they trying to figure this shit out. Now they trying to get answers. Especially since they know that they were sitting here lying to you every time they was like, yeah, I love you. They knew that was a lie. Hey, J. Mike. They knew that was a lie because they knew how somebody was trying so hard to turn your life upside down, to make it so that you weren't stable, to make it so that your money was always funny, that you didn't know. And now they want to come galloping along. They want to talk to you. They want to, let's get together. Let's do this. Let's do that. Hey, the G Black 9340. Even Archangel Michael said, no, leave it alone. They're just trying to confuse you. And said, don't even help. Do not get in the way of their grief and them being left out in the cold or them having financial problems. Do not get in the way of this because they are being held accountable. They are in spiritual jail. They have to pay this piper. So I'm hoping that they knew what type of horn they was blowing, because honey, that they have to blow that horn too. And they got to serve their entire term the way they wanted you to go through it. Oh, baby, they about to go through it. What's the message? Thank you. Yep. somebody they are trying to move forward. They're trying to be more loving. They're trying to move forward. You know, I feel like this King of Cups is trying to pour out all that what they felt was love for this magician. They getting rid of everything out of that cup. They don't want to feel nothing for this magician no more. Because especially since they know the truth about this group. Especially since they know the truth. I feel like somebody was I don't know why I'm feeling like Mason. Like a 33 or something. Somebody found out the truth. Now they don't want to be a part of it. Because now they understand why you had to defend yourself from all of these attacks. And it wasn't that you was just being combative. It was just that, you know what? You deserve to live. You deserve to have a life. You deserve to be happy. Just like they wanted to be, except they refused to work on themselves. So whenever you left their attacks. You left them trying to steal your gift. And they were shocked. They were shocked that, you know what? You were fine on your own. They're shocked. They were shocked that you even left. The fact that you left them, they expected to all leave you. For you to be the one that's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. But the fact that you left them, and you're the one who's sitting there talking about the lies, pointing it out, saying who said what they did, when they said it, what they was wearing, you know, the time of the day, the week, the week of the month, all of that. Because you was no longer going to deal with their attacks. In fact, you spoke your truth and you sent those attacks right back to the same group that was trying to attack you. That's whenever they knew they couldn't stop you. They could not stop you moving forward. They couldn't stop your ascension. That's when they knew you outranked them spiritually by levels. And now they are receiving the same judgment they tried to cast upon you. They didn't want to stop. They never wanted to stop. Their plan was to continue to do the same thing over and over and over again. And I'm telling you, somebody was working with the dark. They was praying underneath the moon. This could have been a father figure or somebody. Felt like people would never figure it out. They'll never know about the bullshit that I was doing. See, they just didn't realize that, you know, God was here. And eventually the truth was going to be known. Eventually somebody was going to look up and see that extra cup that wasn't just going to be here, looking down here. And plus, whatever they was trying just wasn't working out. Things just didn't make sense. They already knew that this Queen of Wands had no loyalty to you. They already knew this Queen of Wands had no loyalty to you, because once again, that Queen of Wands, that hoe, that bitch, that slut, that 304 sat here and got in the middle of one of your relationships, if not several of your relationships. That's the bitch that's going down first. Thinking that somebody could overpower you, like somebody was better than you. They know what's coming for them, and they're scared. They know it's just a matter of time. They don't know what day, they don't know what hour or what minute, but they know what's coming in for them. Once again, God said, leave them be. Let them figure this shit out on their own. Somebody in your family cannot stop watching you. Cannot stop watching you. And they're thinking about, I feel like this person is going through their own dark night of the soul. Just like you had to. Just like you had to. You went through yours willingly. Well, as willingly as could possibly be. You just knew you were sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. But I feel like somebody else is being forced to go through theirs. They're being forced to look at how they left you, how they purposely left you out. How, they received signs and synchronicities that you was more than what they thought. You was an earth angel since you was just a young child or a teenager. But yet they didn't want you to ascend. They didn't want you to be seen as that one. They wanted everybody to not see you, to ignore you, to feel like, oh no, it's not that one, it's not that one. What's the message, Spirit? Yep. This is you. And just like you don't even need these people any longer. You don't have any communication with them. You don't need them. You don't want to be around them. It's like, whenever now they're going to try, and I feel like somebody's going to try and contact you or try and make amends. When somebody just fucks with you so damn long that you just like, you know what, fuck you. Hey, Demita. That's where you're at. Somebody just messed with you for so damn long. You like, you know what? I don't even want to start over with you. Let's just continue to call it quits. Let's not but act like we did. Because the lies that you spread was so fierce. It was so much. You did too much. Somebody can't even believe. People can't even believe this person, this liar. They cannot believe this liar. And it's like this, like I said, you had a relationship that was blessed by the ancestors, blessed by God, that this was supposed to, and you was truthful. You was in touch with what, was God's will. But once again, somebody wanted to attack you. They wanted to attack you. And now those attacks, that shit is over. It's just like this relationship, over. They cannot come back. You do so much fuck shit. Don't nobody even want you back. Yeah, somebody felt like, we have the 3 of Wands in reverse and the 8 and the Page of Wands in reverse. But really, this is like the Knight, because it's on the horse. Now somebody is afraid of what's coming back. They're afraid of what's coming back and how fierce it is going to be, but they know it's coming right back to them. They're afraid. They're very afraid. And they know there's nothing they can do to stop it. Absolutely nothing. They know that the conversation about their actions is just going to be just as fierce as it was about you when they was putting it out there. Everybody's going to see the truth of what somebody was doing in their spare time, trying to get what was yours, or trying uh, to over some money, over what they felt like was their right. What's the message? Anything else from this deck? Yeah, I feel like your ancestors, they're so happy right now. They're celebrating. Your ancestors are absolutely celebrating you. Because you know what? You're victorious over this devil. You won. That they have no choice but to celebrate you. And like I said, this King of Cups knows what's coming in, and it's already happening here in real time. They're already feeling the pinch, whether that's their finances, whether that's their relationships being left out in the cold, being looked at. Now they're being looked at as weird for trying to sit here and uh, be with this cult, trying to create this black magic, following somebody who they shouldn't have been following. Now somebody's sitting here trying to figure shit out. Like, damn, they should have saw this, they should have saw that. This didn't make sense, that didn't make sense. Well, now the shit is too fucking late because you have already left the building. Shit is already crumbling. It's already going kaput. And you've already spoken your truth, and there ain't nothing that they can do about it. Nothing. Just dawned on me that there's 2 cards in this deck that say Page of Wands. What else, Spirit? Bottom of the deck, this Queen of Wands. See, this Queen of Wands, what they really wanted was a happy family, a happy life. But this Queen of Wands was two-faced. Definitely two-faced. This Queen of Wands hated you because you was so loving, because you was destined to be the star. But the Queen of Wands had to be around you because it was their wish fulfillment to be with this emperor. That's all they wanted, was just to be with the emperor. Maybe the emperor was your father. But it's like whatever they did to trap you and to send out these attacks to you is what they're going to receive. Because you're speaking about it and you're letting it go. And see, this King of Wands, for whatever reason, did not support you, left you to find your own way. And that's okay, because let me tell you something. God delivered. Won't he do it? Ain't God good? Won't he do it? God delivered. You got justice. God moved you forward. And like I said, they cannot stop you. And you already completed that cycle. Whatever is going back to them is going back to them. And people are getting ready to see who was doing all this fuck shit. And it wasn't you. You survived their attacks. They sat here and actively went into battle with you, and you came out victorious. Now somebody wants to come and they want to give you this apology. They want to give you an apology. Now they want to say that they see your work. After this person sat here and tried to attack you because you were gifted, because you were different. because you could see with your third eye. Now somebody is praying for another chance to get an opportunity with you because they couldn't see you in the first time, but you're covered by the blood of God. By the blood of Jesus, you are covered. Everything that they worked on in the dark is coming to the light. Everything that they thought that they was going to be able to hide, it's going to be seen. See, that they worked underneath the dark moon. That's what they was working underneath the dark moon. But all that shit, all that fuck shit is coming out. And people see they was willing to do whatever they could do to take you down. Like I said, this father figure was not given equally to you. This father figure tried to have you in a position where, you didn't have enough. They tried to come in and destroy everything. And they even got to one of your relationships to the point where you had to leave. Like I said, they thought they was going to be the ones to leave you, and they're fucked up because you single-handedly, by yourself, deciding you're going to make it anyway because they're not there to help you, left they grimy asses. They have no protection. None. And somebody's here to collect. And they ain't going nowhere until they do. Judgment has been called on all these motherfuckers. Like I said, yeah, judgment's been called. And here's the 33 again. I feel like on a Mason, a 33rd Mason. Judgment has been called because somebody thought that you was a fool, and like they sacrificed you. They sacrificed you. You was a sacrificial lamb. They just didn't know that you was able to protect yourself and you was being protected. They wasn't going to be able to get to you. They could not get to you like they wanted to. You have been following the way that God wanted you to follow for the longest. It's destined. It was destined. It was pre-written that you was going to be the empress. But see, they didn't want to see this. They didn't even want to accept that. So they tried to hold you down. They tried to hold your money back. They tried to get in the way of everything. This 33rd Mason with this Eastern Star, they need to just go ahead and kiss their fingertips and place it on their ass. Kiss their ass goodbye. They need to kiss their ass goodbye. I just heard the Spirit has. Spirit said enough was a fuck enough. Enough was a fuck enough. They celebrated too soon being able to try and take what was yours. They didn't get it. Not only did they not get it, but they lost everything that they thought that they deserved. They lost it all. How do you feel now? Everything that they worked on, nothing worked out. Nothing. But all their work is going to be seen. It's all going to be known. Everybody's going to talk about the work that they did. Everybody's going to see it. Everybody's going to know it. Everybody's going to hear about it. Everybody's going to find out. And they're going to find out why you always seem to be off somewhere else or aloof or not able to trust anybody. Well, shit, when you get attacked all the time because everybody thinks that you're a fucking fool, that's whenever you stop trusting anybody. They didn't know. They didn't know that you was the empress and a high priestess. They didn't know about your gifts. They didn't know about your rank. They didn't know that you was here to do something that they was never even called to do. Hey, high priestess. Yep. So Spirit said just to rest and know that this cycle is over. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Everything that you was promised you will receive. In this group, they know they're toast. Like I said, do the little kiss their own ass goodbye. And see this King of Pentacles thought that they was going to be able to take something from you. They was not giving equally to you. Now this King of Pentacles is getting ready to have some funny money moments. Now they're not going to have enough. They tried to hurt you. They tried to put 3 swords in your heart, but they didn't know you was a spiritual gangster. And then whenever somebody tried to, they even sent in somebody to try and test the waters. He was like, just kind of say something. Say something to test the waters. And whenever that person tried to say something, all that shit blew up. Boom! In that fucking magician's face. Now somebody's understanding that they have no power. They have none. And whatever they was trying to do, they better fucking stop. Like I said, they was trying to see if they could cast a spell on you. They can't even get to you. You've already been gone. And whenever you left, God made sure that you took what was rightfully yours with you. Expect to hear some news soon. Expect to hear some news. Somebody wants to talk to you. They want to hear what you have to say. Especially about this mother and this lover. This Don Juan think he's walking around with his dick all in his hand. Somebody want to hear what you got to say. And to be honest, you don't have much to say. Besides, it is what it is. They're getting theirs. And there ain't nothing they can do about it. They got themselves stuck. They put themselves in a position. They wanted themselves to hang upside down. And your love, your true love is coming in. They can't stop that. They cannot stop it. They thought they could, but they can't. Nothing that they did was ever to stop. They was never able to stop you. Everything that they did now, they're realizing it just pushed you further. It just exalted you. It just, made your gifts stronger. But nothing stopped you. Nothing was ever able to stop you. And when you walked the fuck away, that's when all they shit stopped. And that's whenever all their worries began. The day is coming that they're going to hate that they never saw you. How they tried to act so immature with you, trying to blame you for everything. All their money problems, they blamed you. Anything that didn't work out right, they blamed you. They tried to cast you all their burdens on your back. The day is coming And like I said, there's nothing that they can do to stop you getting exactly what you deserve. That happy home, that happy life, that wonderful relationship. And because the truth is out here. You've completed whatever this was that you needed to complete. Yeah. And here they are stuck. I feel like these ancestors are looking out for you. What else, Spirit? Yes, it is very hard to trust people again, especially when you've been through the most. You know? And then they want to act like it's you, but they don't want to admit to the fuck shit that they do. Yeah. You don't even have to worry about these people anymore. Spirit is said, put your cares to the side, because you're moving directly to this relationship that you deserve with Justice card. Mm-hmm. That you had to fight. You fought battles for, and now you are getting your wish fulfillment. Definitely getting your wish fulfillment with the Star and the Nine of Cups. This is everything that you asked for. This is what they couldn't touch. This Emperor is finding out this is what they could not touch. They couldn't get to the inside of you. They couldn't tear you down. And now everybody's seeing what they're going to be stressing about. The fact that they could not tear you down. The fact that you kept going. Every time they thought that they was going to do something else to you, you just rose higher and higher. They just had to remember that they chose this shit. Trying to be a follower. What's the message? They chose this. Everything that they're getting, they need to remember this is what they chose. This shit is falling down fast. They chose this. They chose to put themselves in that hangman position. This is what they chose. So they can't get upset. They can't ask for no sympathy. They can't ask for empathy. They can't even ask for compassion. You realize they were a karmic a long time ago. It's just that they needed to realize that they was a karmic. When they realized that they don't outrank you spiritually, that they are just like you, the adult, and they're the children in the room. When they realized that you was the adult in the room, that's when but by that time, it was already, everything was already said and done. You would already had your ancestors' protection. Your ancestors has already claimed you to be the star. When they realized that you was the adult in the room, that's whenever they actually literally had to sit the fuck down. Somebody was, oh my gosh, I didn't realize. Other people are like, oh, wait, what? And see, for one time they thought that you was stressed. No, you wasn't ever stressed. They were. They're stressed now. Because they're trying to figure out what the fuck can they do. Besides sit there and look stupid. Besides try to apologize. Well, we apologize for treating the collective like shit their entire life. We didn't know. Like, Yeah, you don't know that you're treating somebody bad. You know when you're treating somebody bad. Your light fucked up their inner demon. Their inner demon, just you being around their inner demon wanted to fuck them up. That's why they was so hip to trying to fuck you up. But see, you always bounce back. That's the part that they didn't like. You bounce back, and whenever you bounce back, you went higher than where they tried to knock you down at. This bullshit ass church witch, she getting hers. Oh, she getting hers, baby. She's afraid. Only to find out, wait, you afraid that because you prayed to the devil? Just because you went to church on a Sunday, possibly a Wednesday, maybe even was a Bible study, probably even sang in the choir, but whenever you wasn't at church, you was out there acting like a devil. Come on, and now you afraid of what? That shit that you called in to attack somebody else coming to get your stinky ass? Oh well, bitch. Oh well. Don't nobody feel sorry for you. Once again, God said you are able to rest soundly. Put your cares down. Baby, you broke that curse that they put on you and it went back on them. There's nothing that you have to worry about. And they gonna get what they deserve. Everything. All of it. They thought they was throwing something at you. Redirect. No, baby. You ain't throw shit at me except more blessings. Except the will to succeed. Except the need to get our lives in order. Except the need to say, thank you, God. What's next? That's it. That was it. Hey, Donna. See, they didn't want you to know that they're guilty. But you knew. Like, you wasn't doing that shit to yourself. You knew who the fuck was trying to get with your exes, or got with your exes. That's why they exes. These exes, they are even fucked up that they even fell for the fucking okie doke. They knew they was doing some spiritually illegal shit. Hey, Jolynn, how are you? Yes. Their life is ruined for coming for you. Oh, well, let them asses be mad. We don't give a shit because guess what they get back in return? What you tried to put on us is what you receive, a 10-year curse. How you like us now? It's funny, right? You still think it's a game? It's funny, right? Hey, Create, how are you? Yes. Once again, you are God's chosen, baby. God's chosen. And you know your name has been cleared. And their karma is coming back as legal issues. People are going to be spiritually in jail, locked up. Once again, it was something about your energy that fucked up their inner demons. They couldn't stand it. They was like, he just left here. I want to tear off a fucking door. I can't stand them. It's nothing about us. What is it about you? You need to look at you, not us. If we can't say hello, and then you all of a sudden you wanna sit here and rip some shit up, that's you. These people are finding out they ain't nothing but some grimy asses. They have to realize that everything that they did reflected them. Just like we realize that every single thing we do reflects us. Some of them want to sit there and say, I didn't know I was manipulated. Oh, so you don't have your own brain. Oh, you can't think for yourself. Oh, you was looking at what? You was trying to be what? And even so, you fucking no longer care. Like I said, somebody want to come back. You know, this could be possibly next year. They want to come back and they want, oh, well, I just want to see if we can, maybe the family. What family? Miss me with that bullshit. Miss me with all that bullshit. These motherfuckers is rotten from the inside out. That's what stinks. And by February, one of them, the first one, should be gone. What's the message? Because they got hell to pay. Literally, they got hell to pay. Like I said, kiss that ass goodbye. Always trying to fit in, cost them dearly. Now, shit is making sense. Now they understand about spirituality. They understand about levels. They understand that you was the only fucking adult in the room. Should have listened. Like they say, respect your elders. Not just in the chronological sense of, oh, well, you're 20 years older than me. Not just that, but respect your elders, your spiritual elders. Respect your motherfucking elders. Somebody feel like a fool, as they should. Especially since they was doing all these fucking rituals on you often. They were hell-bent on trying to destroy you. Well, doesn't that just fit? You was hell-bent on trying to destroy us. Now you got hell to pay. Thank you, Donna. Somebody got hell to pay, trying to be hell bent on destroying you. They need to go ahead and pray. They should pray. I'm talking drop to the knees. I'm talking every hour. I'm talking like act like it's fucking Ramadan. Pray all day. Fast and pray. I know that's right, J. Mike. Telling you somebody had a fucking secret love affair. Hey Tracy, they was sitting here trying to, that bitch was sitting here trying to get in between of your relationship. That's the one who's scared. That one is the most scared. How do you say that? The scaredest? I don't know what the correct terminology. Y'all know I'm kind of amped up right now. But see, something about, and then there's something about they agreed to not tell you about some money that was yours. But in March, or somebody finally woke the fuck up. Could have been something about March, whether it's this March, last March, born in March, somebody woke the fuck up. What else, Spirit? What else? Y'all know I get amped. Hyped. What's the message, Spirit? Something about 5 years ago. Maybe something, a money tree, or maybe that's whenever your money started growing 5 years ago. Whenever you took your place, Empress. Somebody tried to play in your energy and they got struck the fuck down. They got struck down trying to play around in your energy. God was like, I know the fuck you lying. No, the fuck you didn't. Get your little ass out of there. Hey, Touche, how are you? Hey, Addie, how are you? Grand rising to you. Queen Memoirs, whose birthday is that? Because I know somebody with that same birthday. What's the message? Somebody's being haunted by the past. They feel like they're seeing ghosts. I'm telling you, they don't know how you evaded their schemes. And they didn't know that you had all this spiritual protection. What's the message? Something about April. Whatever happened in April, the accident was no accident. It was no accident. That was on purpose. They planned that shit. And so God's got a plan back for their ass. Okay? So I hope they knew what they was doing. I hope they was excited about what they was doing, because they should be just as excited about what they got coming back. Justice. All right, y'all. I'm going to leave it there. I'm getting ready to, it's 6 o'clock my time. I'm getting ready to cook some breakfast for me and Sasha. She likes her little cooked egg in the morning. Little spoiled ass girl. She knows. She heard that word, breakfast. Okay, baby, mommy's going to cook for you in a little bit. Okay? Telling you, spoiled ass girl. All right, y'all. I will see you in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and, hey, Jolene, thank you so very much. I'll be back here in a little bit. I'm going to eat, take you-know-who, O-U-T. Hopefully she can't spell. And then we'll be back. All right. Love you. Bye.